Easy math with Miss Easley. Easy math with Miss Easley. Easy math with Miss Easley.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn all about division, separating into equal groups, and sharing equally. And before we start, I want to see what you already know about sharing equally. So do you have a story or an example you want to tell about that idea? All right, well, a lot of you probably said something about sharing with friends and a time where you were sharing equally, so everyone got the same amount. Or you might have also thought of either a grocery store or a factory separating food items into equal amounts to sell. So either way, you know a lot about division. And you may notice that division is related to multiplication. A lot of our pictures that we're going to be looking at will make you think of a multiplication problem. So you've got a lot of background knowledge, which is awesome. Okay, so let's start with some examples with snacks. So we're going to be pretending like we're giving snacks to people on plates. So let's start with this example right here. We've got 18 snacks and we're going to separate them onto 3 plates. So the easiest way to do this is to just one by one and count them out as you go until you have 0 snacks left, right? They're all on a plate. So let's just go ahead and start and see what happens. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Can I stop? Oh, good. You noticed that we're not done yet, so I can't stop yet. Let's keep going. 16, 17, 18. Can I stop? All right, yay. We separated every single snack onto a plate. And now we can count what's on each plate. What do you notice is on each plate? All right, good job. There are 6 snacks on each plate. That can be written in a statement like 18 total snacks separated onto 3 plates equals 6 snacks on each plate. It can also be written as a repeated subtraction problem. So you're familiar with multiplication and repeated addition. Well, since this is the opposite and we were taking away from the big pile of snacks, it's repeated subtraction. So we can take that original 18 snacks. If we subtract 6, that's 1 plate, right? And now let's subtract another 6. There's another plate. And then subtract another 6. And how many snacks do we have left in the pile once we separated them all out? You got it, 0. And then what division sentence do you see when you see this? All right, 18 divided onto 3 plates equals 6, or 6 snacks per plate. And then when you look at this also, do you see a multiplication problem? Ooh, okay, you might have been noticing that there's 3 groups of 6, so 3 times 6, and it equals 18. Great job. All right, now we're going to look at another situation. I'm going to give you some more snacks and a different number of plates, and I want to see if you can separate them equally onto the plates. Remember, we want to share equally. So try this example out. We've got 20 snacks divided onto 4 plates, and we want to know what each plate has. So would you separate those onto the plates? Make a statement, write the repeated subtraction and the division sentence. And let's pause the video and we'll come back and check your work. All right, let's check my statement. So I've got 20 total snacks separated onto 4 plates, and it equals 5 snacks on each plate. I'm also seeing the repeated subtraction problem of 20 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5. So I'm counting, those are the 4 plates, right? The 4 groups of 5. And if I take all of those away and put them on a plate, I've got 0 left in my big pile. And then I'm seeing 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Okay, and one last challenge. Do you see a multiplication problem as you solved that? All right, awesome. You're seeing the connection. So I see 4 groups of 5, or 4 times 5 equals 20 total snacks. Great job. All right, I'm going to give you one more situation. We're going to do the same thing. I want you to write the statement, separate out the snacks, write a repeated subtraction, and a division sentence. All right, here it is. And why don't you pause the video and we'll come back and check your work. All right, let's check and see how you did. Here's my work. All right, and if you got it correct, great job. If you weren't quite there yet, you might need to practice a little bit more. So I would suggest getting some plates and objects and try separating equally for a few different examples.
I hope this video helps you in your math class or at home. See you next time.